to Fast and Jones with your host, Lee. It's Black History Month, so I thought it would be nice to share some of my favourite black heroes on the screen or behind the scenes, plus a little twist at the end, as I hid in my previous episode. What do gymnasts Konnor McClain, Shilese Jones and Jordan Chiles have in common, with other gymnasts included as well? So there's 2 more as well. These girls achieved something very special, but you have to wait to see what it is. So let's get started. I want to begin with the legend that is Ncuti Gatwa, the first regular black doctor. There's another one, but I'll explain who very soon. Ncuti brought his own style as doctor, and he had some strong moments, including his doctor taking on racism in the infamous episode Dot and Bubble. Ncuti will inspire many others to cosplay as him. The cosplays are brilliant. He has now left Doctor, but he's still doing a good job, and he has been very vocal about why he left Doctor. So please listen to any interviews, as he's very truthful and a legend. Jo Martin is the first black doctor, but not in regular form because she was more recurring. She may have not been used as much, but she brought something different. I love her style, her attitude, and that is why Future to me is iconic. Inya Elms, I didn't even hear about his poetry and plays until after he was confirmed as a writer. The more I heard about his story in series 2, the more I thought this could be special. And you might know on the podcast that I have praised the story and the engine and ranked it the best episode of series 2 because Inya brought a lot, but more importantly, Nigerian culture and folklore. He also wrote a piece of dialogue where the Doctor is able to express the reasons he can be free without persecution. Is a standout moment, and is a reason why it's well claimed by the podcast. Anecdote time. Before anyone was announced as a writer, I was watching clips of Bob Hart's Show, which is a sitcom that centers on Nigerian culture, and there's some iconic Nigerian characters. You've got Abishola, Kemi, Ibon, Olu, Tunde, Agechi, Morenike, Kofu, Gowin, and more. It's a good show, and there are so many memorable moments. If you haven't seen the Olu and Edmund showdown, I would recommend watching it, as it's such an iconic moment. I'd also recommend watching the Morenike storyline, as it's got some touching stuff about being LGBTQ+ in Nigeria, and explores how Abishola learns about the community. Tosin Cole is known for playing Ryan Sinclair. He was a legend, and Ryan is underrated, as I've said before. Ryan, to me, is a kind character that has his own struggles, but he is loyal to his friends and allies, and that's why I love him. And of course, his growth with his granddad, Grant. The late Carl Weathers is well missed in the Mazurian community. I felt he was iconic as Grief Karga, but he's also a fantastic director. If you haven't seen The Siege or The Fountain, I recommend watching them because Carl did a great job. The Fountain, for me, is a masterpiece and still one of the best TV episodes of all time. Plus, staying loyal to the Foundling, there's an actor in there that came back on screen, surprised us as being Grogu's protector. It is, of course, Ahmed Best, who you might recognise as Jar Jar Binks. He is a fantastic host, as he hosted a children's TV show, which you can see on Star Wars Kids, I believe. I'm a big fan of Karen Beck's heroic moment in Carl's episode. Karen Beck is a Jedi and he's a legend. And I think Ahmed is a legend as well and an icon, and I'm glad that he came back, and he is a fantastic man in real life. Free Martian was the first regular black companion in Doctor Who, as she was Dr. Martha Jones, as she's now a doctor. Her character introduces us to a black family setting. Martha is a hero, and that's why she's iconic. Freeman's done well for herself recently. She plays Dr. Helen Sharp in New Amsterdam, and the clips I've seen of her are amazing. Sergei Nakanada became the first black composer on Doctor Who, and he brought us new tracks, new motifs, but stuck to the original themes. He brought different styles from different cultures, like in Demons of the Panjam and The Legend of Sea Devils, which still stand out for me. Giancarlo Esposito is iconic as Moff Gideon from The Mandalorian, and he's a fantastic person in real life. He is well known at cons for going, "You have something I want," which is an iconic line and always a fan pleaser. Amanda Stenberg is well known for playing the dual role of Osha and May Anastasia in the occult, and I think she did a fantastic job. Very complex characters that go on a reverse journey. Amanda is also a musician. She played a violin version of a famous Star Wars theme, and she's a big fan of the franchise. I'm happy that she got a chance to show what she is capable of. Monique Gill is a legend as well. I missed her as Jasmine Khan, and she will mean a lot to her community, and she is one half of Phasmin. I think she brought a lot to the show, especially with Yaz being open on racism in Rosa, which is an episode I would recommend watching. Raya Sefu is a brilliant actress with a lot of talent. I love Charles Belinda Chandra, and she has some phenomenal scenes, and I miss her. She had a moment in one of my favourite episodes, which is so important in understanding different cultures. Sasha Down was amazing. He became the first Asian master and brought a unique twist to the character and is well missed in the show. Thank you, Sasha. Sasheer Zamata is well known for her phenomenal performance as Shiva Kill in Akbar All Along. Sasheer was iconic as Jen, and she was one of the actresses that came out in the show, and I'm glad she did. Sasheer's Jen wasn't on my radar until the end of Akbar All Along because of her story, which can make the difference of a well-written character, which I feel who Jen is, and I'm glad that Sasheer played Jen, and I still think Jen is one of my favourite characters of all time. You will know Jen for her iconic lines towards Agatha when she's breaking her binding. You hold nothing. You hold nothing. It's a moment where a black woman holds power to free herself from the past, and it's still a moment that stands out right now. Joy Taylor played an interesting character in the occult and brought something unique to Mother Anastasia, who is the good cop mother of May and Osha. I don't think Anastasia is well known, but she was a great mother that lived in tough times. Thank you to Joy for bringing a sympathetic character that was flawed, but we loved her nonetheless. Archie Punjabi may be known as the Rani, but I don't think she's well known as Deepa Bhabha, and I want to use this opportunity to explain why I feel Deepa is important. Archie's Star Wars character is one of those who shapes the future of someone who is very important. Like, she shapes the future of Caleb June, aka Karen Joss, as she is his master. And if you haven't seen the Bad Batch, obviously you'll see what actually happens, and then the aftermath in Star Wars Rebels. Archie did a great job, and I feel that she's underrated as Deepa, but she also did a great job as the Rani, because I remember her first appearance, and that was, whoa, she was the Rani. Maggie Sinto played the stranger in the occult, and of course, the legendary Jason Mendoza in The Good Place. Manny is a talent, and it's nice to see him be a darker character than he was when he played Jason, and the stranger is a fan favourite in the occult fandom. Finally, I want to give Christian Arana a shout out. I know her for her Star Wars stuff, but she's also a Doctor Who fan, and you haven't seen her on the Universe show, which is out on YouTube on the official Doctor Who account. Please have a look at what she does, as she is an iconic person, and she's a great fan for both franchises. It's time for a twist. So what do gymnasts Konnor McClain, Shilese Jones and Jordan Chiles have in common? All three made history at the 2022 US National Championships, being the first ever black podium, and this led to a photo shoot, and you can see a photo in the film now. Yes, they got a photo shoot, and what a moment for them. They all deserved it. This didn't end there, as 2 years later, Jordan Chiles, alongside the greatest gymnast of all time, Simone Miles, did it at the US Classics. So this was 2024, and then a few months later, also in 2024, Simone, Jordan, and Brazilian gymnastic legend Rebecca Andrade made a statement on the Olympic floor podium. Yes, there's a bit of drama after, but that moment, having Rebecca, Simone and Jordan on the podium, and Simone and Jordan worshiping Rebecca, that felt like a proper, fantastic, historical moment in my eyes. To me, as a gymnastic fan, this shows the power and talent of these gymnasts. There are more black gymnasts out there that I love. There is Maureen Boyer, Rebecca Downey, Celia Serber, Colin Navas, Hilary Heron, Manny Jesus dos Santos, Charlie Bullock, Mika Webster-Longin, Sherry Campbell, and more. All are fantastic talents. Who is one of your favourite black stars in the world? It can be anyone. even be a sports person or a gymnast. You can comment down below or at First 22 on social media. The next episode will be a discussion on the Mandalorian and Grogu teaser trailer, and I am super excited to talk about this trailer because it's probably one of the things that I'm most hyped for. I hope you enjoyed this Black History Month episode. Thank you for listening. Happy Black History Month, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Fasman Jarrins and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!